Hey, good morning, afternoon, team. Team. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. So, loading into game 2 versus Blechman here. Um, kind of high level looking at things to start out. I see we've got what appears to be a little bit more wave clear focused. Okay, we let them have Phoenix. That's one of their specialty things that they enjoy and that they like. So we'll have to figure out how we want to do with that. Um, you guys probably have, unfortunately, about equal wave clear. Did they end up going grenade Tychus? It's AA Tychus, okay. So we'll have to see how we want to play this. We'll track around Moose like normal. They scouted it. So, this looks like I think you guys were trying to poke plus R again, is what I'm guessing based on this draft. Because you've got lots of poke. You've got good Gul'dan wave clear. Sonya versus Blaze isn't really a winning matchup, but it's at least even. Yeah, I'm guessing this is your poke plus R. So if we want to look at what their win condition is, so their win condition on this one is to, again, it's a wombo combo. Because, like, they technically, yes, they have a lot of, it's a wombo combo and a front to back kill is what they're looking for, especially with the Tychus. They want to get kills front to back using his trait, and with the trait extension on range there, they want to get a kill. So we want to not give them tons of fights, but this is going to be a lot harder of a match compared to the last one when we don't want to give them fights because they have the ability to gap close. Unlike the previous game, Joe can't gap close. Joe is a wall, and KTZ is farming for hooks. This one, like, a Nubarak digs in, and no one on your team really can get away. We don't have a cleanse again, and so potentially the slow plus the stuns can be really painful. And then when they're ready to pull their wombo combo, because most likely this is going to be Combustion Blaze, and so they're going to put Combustion plus the Phoenix shenanigans, so there should be a lot of damage coming out. And then they do have Odin for sieging. If you guys can get to 20, you have a way better 20 comp. Vala scaling huge is huge. Huge is huge. Vala scaling is really strong. Then, yeah, at level 20 you get some stronger ultimates to be able to help. Yeah, this is pretty even. It's going to come down more to execution more than anything specifically. So, well done. Yeah, so you guys have a little bit faster wave clear early on here. We'll see how we play it. Good counter engage. This is, yep. At that point, we're just trying to make sure we live. We're staying on top of wave clear things. So Trench needs to make sure. That's fine. They just want you to push. Yep. That's a good. Yes, well done. So that's one of the big weaknesses that we have, that big bodies like that have. Like, the silence isn't even perfectly on top of him, but it's big enough to where he can't blink. So if you can prevent Phoenix from blinking, he's a lot squishier. So being able to get that kill is great, because that's going to slow down their rotations a ton. So as long as Trench stays on top of the wave clear, you guys should be able to get this first hard camp early. Yeah, let's see if we can execute on that. Yep, well done. Yep, just clear, clear, clear. I didn't look and see. What did Trench go for here on level 1? E-stacking. Okay, that's fine. Slide away.
This is the bot build game I was telling you about.
Oh, that's fine. Oh my gosh, Trench. Oh, you deserve to die there. You turned around for a stack. Don't do that.
That is the theme of this match. A little bit.
Oh, man. Alright, so we got our camp on time, looking great. We want to support the camp. You're going to have full health, full mana. They said their wave clear's bad. You see this? They've already pivoted Phoenix down to bot. Right? Like, they did it again. So they continue. Like, this team will flip around who's doing what role when they're losing. Like, I don't know if their off lane is just not the most strong player, but, like, they've continue to rotate the off lane away. Like, it's like the off lane may not know what to do, but at least like he leaves his losing lane and tries to get something favorable. And so now that Phoenix is bottom, we now have to get more value because Phoenix will beat Sonya all day. There's literally nothing Sonya can do into Phoenix. So we either need to make an adjustment ourselves or we need to be dominating as 4 versus them. So what they did is they've added now more lockdown in their 4-man to their front to back kill comp. So Moose and friends need to play extra safe because now you potentially can be locked down to where the Tychus's, whether they take bigger they are or not, but just the Tychus's trait will get you gunned down enough to where you're dying. Even though it's only 1 DPS up here now, this can kill someone. Compared to the previous one, they're just lacking in wave clear. So hopefully we make an adjustment as well. But I'm glad we're supporting this. Yep. Support, support, support. That's great dot damage, great stacking. Okay, we gave the camp away for free. Okay. This is something that's hard. This is hard for everyone to know, is when do we give or stop supporting camps, right? So I think that you can send one person to go clear. We see there's 4 here. Like, we got this camp early. We got the XP from it. Let's get the siege damage from it. Right? Like, look how tiny arms they are. If they really want to clear this, they have to come on this side of the wall. So let's force them to either be on this side of the wall, right? Or force them to take damage for clearing. But we rotated everybody up to not even... It's not even urgent soak. It's globes. Right? Like, I would rather see... If Trench is going to be our predominant source of wave clear, let Trench go clear it. And leave Moose Vala. Like, look at this. This is a triple stack. Bing! Throw a W. Right? I bet your W's up. Oh, it's on cooldown. You already fired it. Whatever. There's another stack here in a couple seconds. So, just something to think about. We don't want to give away camps for free. Like, obviously, we need to play safe. And then Korshkov's losing down here now. So if we're truly going to rotate away somewhere, potentially rotating down here to get a kill versus just catching soak. So, but whatever. Just something to think about. Okay, so they clear this for free now. Good job anchoring here, making sure that they can't rotate up on us. Yep. Top's cleared. Are we looking for a kill? We're not really all in position. That was a good stun from the Nubarak. Stop the silence pool from cutting out. Yeah, if we were looking for that kill, we needed to all be in position. It looked like we're half turning in, half looking for the kill. So maybe a little more communication of I'm looking for the kill on the rotations. We don't have to force the turn in. That was a good attempt. Right? If this is, once again, if this is the poke plus R comp, the question always becomes, we're poking for what? What is our goal in poking here? So, like, this is a great engage again, but like we're clearing the lanes and stuff. Like, that person is out of position. Moose is correctly identifying that this person should die, but we're not playing it like we're trying to get kills. Uh-oh. Good save. Toonie lives. Nobody dies here because they have no damage. Yep. That's the only way someone dies is if they land all 3 of their CCs. We're clearing waves. We're getting turn in. Like half cleared the wave. Why did my camera leave Moose? Incoming gank top. They're split. Everyone should be fine. Yep. Okay, cool. So, just stopping real quick because we're 7s. I'm going to look at some talents. But what do we need to do here? Right? Like, we're up right now. Why, Trench and Student Camera, why are we up in XP right now? What's the XP difference between the 2 teams?
First camp and rotational advantage.
Yeah, it's your 1 kill. your 1 kill and your Merc camp.
Kill.
Right? Like right now it's the 1 camp and the Merc kill. So you have your 900 XP up and then you're a couple hundred here, so they missed some soak somewhere. You know, maybe when they did the rotation. But like, so you're not up much, right? Like you can see you're just barely getting to 7s first. So I said, I'm like, I like our poke R comps as long as we know what we're playing towards with them. Because in the same facet as the last game, they have a lot more sustain than they did the last game. Like, Rhaegar didn't talent into the sustain totem. He talented into the reduced cooldown on chain heal. Oh, no, The chain heals bigger when you're low health. So he's going to be able to keep them topped off a little bit better the lower and lower they get. Phoenix has shields, so he's going to stay healthy. Blaze can self heal. And then Tychus potentially can self heal later in the game. I doubt he'll take it. But so it's like we're poking to do what? Right? Like, are we poking because we're trying to, be able to secure turn ins? We're poking to, hold them in a lane while our, minions or our waves push a lane, right? Like, I mean, like, having the poke tools doesn't mean you win the game. It's how do we use our poke plus R's. So if we're just at this point playing, so poke plus R to me tends to fall into the objective win condition. And so when you look at how like objective teams are supposed to play, objective teams they match the enemy opponent as far as wave clear and timing and things. They capture what's safe on their side, and they play for the objective, right? Like when the objective's up, they throw all their abilities at it. Like Infernal Shrines tends to be, an easy one to talk about objectives just because you either play for the shrine and you pop Odin, Alexstrasza, Ragnaros, Diva, and all of a sudden, wow, they win the shrine because they threw all of their stuff on the shrine. You can do something similar with this composition if you wanted to do a poke plus R type of thing, where you wanted to, like, hey, all the lanes are cleared. Let's try to turn in up here. And, like, you don't even have to actually go for the turn in. Like, you can just turn in to turn in. But as soon as they step up, you just keep poking them. Here's dot damage. Here's W bursts. Here's Gul'dan damage, right? Like, you're forcing them to never get the ability to turn in safely or to never be able to turn in without losing a ton of health. Like, that to me looks like what your win condition is trying to do here. And they want quick explosive fights where they get a front to back kill. So it's going to be a game of, can we play safe enough to where they're not comfortable engaging? And if we can, we will win. Right? Like, they cannot, I don't think they have enough wave clear without having to blow ultimates. Like, if they go Odin, then okay, Odin clears one spider, and then laser clears another spider. So they use 2 ults to successfully clear your waves. So, yeah. What were
Can I
you
ask a
saying?
question?
Mm-hmm.
So the way that we're drafting this, we have flexibility to where we're confirming our draft with our last 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking flexible. The first 3 are flexible, and then after that, is where we lock it in. If we see the amount of self-sustain in a draft that they had here, should that be an indicator that we don't want to poke because they can negate the poke damage?
No. I said
Okay.
I'm like it comes down to how well do you execute it. Like, if they go double support, then yes, you may need to bail.
Okay.
Right? Because then it's like there's no way we're ever going to stop them from doing what they're doing because they have 2 supports. But like, heroes with their own self-sustain doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do what you're going to do. It just means it's going to be harder. Right? Like
What
it
if we
mean
learned it?
Mhm.
What if we learned and drafted Mephisto into a poke comp against double support or for that?
Exactly. So that just said, I'm like, you're trying to, again, you're punishing the punish, right? So like, let's say we're staying flexible in draft, and you picked Sonya, etc, Stukov, right? Like, let's say we got those 3 locked in, and your 2 DPS are left, right? If somehow that's what you had left, like, sure, you can fit a Mephisto in there. I don't know if I like Mephisto and Vala or Mephisto and Gul'dan, honestly. Um, specifically into double support, you probably can make Mephisto Gul'dan work here, because not that you need to play it Tarkin, but just you could make Mephisto Gul'dan work here
Yeah,
because Mephisto covers your lanes, Gul'dan covers the lanes and brings poke damage, and Mephisto punishes the clumping on the double support. So
yeah.
so yeah, I think you can definitely continue to play quote unquote poke type of stuff. It just comes down to what's our win condition, because if they go double support on this map, which this is actually a pretty decent double support map because the objective doesn't tend to be strong enough to win on its own. So you can definitely double support on this map and just, turtle a lane, like just keep forcing fights and protecting the turn-ins and then just rotating as a death ball of 4 with double support. So definitely something to watch out for. So, yeah, I think you
Okay.
can pivot.
It might be something for us to explore too. I
Mm-hmm.
was mentioning in our drafting chat the other day about possibly looking to run Medivh and a hypercarry Vala because I feel like Medivh, Rhaegar, Diablo is a super strong trio on this map specifically.
Mm-hmm. Medivh is always hard. Medivh is literally a game-changing hero. Like
Yeah,
he just breaks the rules of the game. So it's that one you need time to practice. Like I don't know if you
yeah,
saw our we had probably about a 4 week session where we ran Medivh every single game for like 8 practices, and we had one cheese comp that we really liked with Medivh that we ran, and
yeah,
then if we didn't get Medivh Diablo, it felt like it all fell apart. Or sorry, we had cheese comp Medivh and we had Diablo Medivh. And so if it wasn't those two things, it fell apart. And so we're like, okay, this may not work. And then the Medivh player had real life happen, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be available. So
yeah.
we stopped playing it. But
Yep,
That's
and that definitely happens.
yeah. So okay,
okay.
so coming back
Ask
to
a
the game a little
question.
bit. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Moose.
Okay, just one thing. Do you think a Stukov is good for a poke comp or not? I wasn't sure. It was poking my brain the other day. Thought I'd
So
ask.
Stukov is one of the best sustained healers in the game right now, as he brings both sustained and burst.
Okay.
He's great for disengaging because he has flailing swipes and the single swipe. He
Mm-hmm.
has shut down for when they hard engage with his silence, right? The
Okay.
only thing Stukov doesn't bring in his kit is a cleanse, right? Like he honestly has everything else that you would want in a support, and probably in he's got it in spades on a few things. So I personally really like Stukov and would take him anytime he's available. But I also know that it depends on how do you plan on playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're playing him to use the silence for kills, you potentially want 1 to 2 additional stuns to follow up on it, which you've got the Vala at 10, right? So you've got enough, and you've got even the spear potentially, or the leap. So you guys have enough to get kills with the silence, but it's just trying to get kills early with the silence can be difficult if it's just a slide, because
Mm-hmm.
either sometimes your slide is in, or sometimes your slide is out to live. And so you got to be able to essentially time that well, and then like, because you had that one down here with Blaze, where you literally had him on an island by himself, half health. You slid, got the body block and everything,
Yeah.
and we were still up here in the wave. And so, like,
Yes.
and that's one of those things where it's like, are we communicating it? Was it, priority or whatever? Because like that's always difficult as the tank when you see someone step out. You're like, time to punish, and then it's like, I'm gonna get punished now. Nobody's here. so
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
just so as I'm like, it's not necessarily an ETC thing. It's just a in
Mm-hmm.
general tanking thing to watch out for. Just ETC tends to get the worst of it because you slide in and you've created this cool stun with 3 people and you booped him and displaced him. It's like he's right here, come get him. And then it's
Yeah.
like, but I've also moved myself that much closer to them, and it's like, thanks ETC, I'm ready to kill you now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Stukov can work. I also think that you can do Malfurion, you can do Anduin, you could do Lucio. Like, a lot of them still bring similar tools. Some of
Mm-hmm.
them have cleanses, some of them have yoinks, right? I personally really like Anduin with Vala because Anduin has a couple additional instant heal tools. And as long
Mm-hmm.
as Vala doesn't get one shot, Vala tends to bring a lot to the team fights. And so definitely Anduin has some of those tools. Stukov does too, right? Like he's got the D heal, so I think it can work. I just get worried sometimes when if you have Stukov and you have to like position the postular position for the aggressiveness and then not being able to cleanse her means that she can get CC lockdowned. So all good questions. So, okay, as I say, we saw on the minimap they took the camp. So we got first turn in here. We probably want to focus on either mid or top. They're showing lots bottom. We definitely want to be sieging elsewhere. So, okay, we dove under their tower. That's probably not smart. Oh, no! Yep, okay. Despite that they were down here, once again, like, we're the poke version. And they said, I'm like, I like the aggressiveness. He was out of position. This is definitely a kill if this is a Jaina or a Kael'thas. You know what I mean? Something that's like the game plan is we're looking for picks, or even if you have Kerrigan here, right? That's a kill. But like the fact that our game plan is to siege and poke down stuff and get them weak. Like look at this, they're all weak. It's like we didn't really change our target, just all three of them are weak when they were trying to kill you. So if we were able to put this kind of damage out without you dying, that means that like they now have to choose between like how much support's going to get this top lane and how much are going to stay here to secure the clear. So I also like the early web weavers if you're not getting a free kill to try and move towards a 1-3-1. It doesn't have to be exactly 1-3-1, but like trying to find value to where you're not missing soak either. So like if you could clear this quickly as the web weaver spawned, they landed here, so it's not like you had much room to go, but just making sure that whatever soak this spider clears for free, that we get it as well. So instead of engaging here, we probably could have thrown, once this wave was cleared, because you did have to clear it, Gul'dan could probably go top, drop an E or a W, and then just kind of like see what did they do. Did they respond by putting all 5 mid? Okay, cool, Gul'dan, keep pushing. Because there's 5 here chasing us. Or, hey, there's only 3 here, Gul'dan and Sonya play safe. And then you find out that they put Phoenix up here. Oh, okay. Well, looking at the lanes, we're not going to get much here, or you're not going to get much there, and then we can pivot and make a decision on how to best siege with these spiders. So, unfortunate. I know I saw he was out of position, but it was just a little deep. Look at this.
It's definitely one of the things I have to work on.
Oh, low blow! That's so funny. Okay, like, despite the death, once again, look at how much you've poked. And look at how much they haven't answered. Right? Like, so I'm like, you guys are still getting it done. That bottom lane doesn't look good. That needs to be careful. Sonya's 3/4 health, playing safe. Okay, I'm gonna go back to cow cam. Okay, so for first web weavers, we're honestly in a great spot. First web weavers, we got 2 full walls and did half health, or 3/4 health to this keep. That's a very good first web weaver. So, like I said, maybe not a perfect one from us as far as deaths and things, but like we're up on experience, we got structures, everything worked out well, and we're exploiting the fact that they don't have good wave clear. Right? Like I said, their wave clear is going to come on at 10s, and that's assuming that, well, Tychus didn't take any wave clear talents, so they have bad wave clear no matter what. But at 10 at least, he could take Odin and clear a lane by himself, and Phoenix could laser and clear a lane if needed. So, yep, they're just standing here. You guys are going to have 10s first. Obviously, we don't want them to turn in, but we also need to keep an eye on them. Why is your camera not staying? Sonya needs to watch out bottom here, so we don't see where they are. They might be on a camp. Yeah, they must be on their camp. Stukov's on our camp. Who's helping Stukov? Okay, we're rotating down there now. Yep, Sonya's dead. So that's just one of those things where like I don't know if I need to watch it. I just know like you can't kill him as much as you want to. Even with Leap, we just can't. You can't kill Phoenix early game. He needs help. So unfortunate. We'll lose the 1v1. So that's, I think it was 15 gems that we lost. Then we're a little overextended here. We got 2 on the camp here. So I'll back up. I'll watch that one real quick. So question would be is, did we know that they were coming? So
I'm pretty sure I called to stay safe around this point.
So right here, Trench has no buttons.
Yeah.
Right? So Trench needs to either get to here to be able to support the camp, or to get to here to start wave clearing middle. But did you go through the vision? You went through fog. Yeah, you're safe. Oh, you turned back around. Oh, goodness, Trench. You had the time to leave. Yep, you just happened to walk back in. You're dead. Yep.
Yeah, I only saw 1 on the map.
Yep.
That was the problem.
That's okay. Alright, so they got turned in because of the kill on bottom. We are equally clearing stuff. We clear. So now we're down our best wave clear hero, so they're going to get a lot of the wall here. And there's not a lot we can do about it, so we'll just play safe and try not to give them too much. This is still going to be a loss over time, so I don't know if Korsav just hasn't played this matchup much, but like, you need to do your best to, if Denominator is like half shield, you know what I mean? Like something where like this guy is specifically taking damage to abuse his shields, that's when you can go in. Like, because then you can interrupt it with your chain, and you can interrupt it with your leap and potentially get a kill. But like, if he's not low shield, just play your lane, right? Like, we're winning all the other lanes. Like, despite having a losing matchup, you still have a good wall after dying, right? So like, just play your best. Don't try to overly aggressively commit there. So we're clearing. Okay. Oh, look at that! Spiders are dead. Your Gul'dan showed up. Everything dies. Okay. Where we need to watch where they're going, and we need to figure out what's important for us to clear. Right? We just saw 2 people rotating down here, so Sonya needs to be careful. And then, what lane is most important for us to clear right now, based on the positioning once this mid spider dies?
Top.
Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't want to go fight them bottom, right? Because they want to fight. We just want to clear. So we want to go clear top. And if for some reason they rotate everyone down there, you guys could trade buildings. Let's see what they do. They rotated everyone down there. And we're trying to match. Okay. This might be just something we need to just make sure we work on, is designate who's the wave clear. Like, I'm glad Harkin's here covering it, but you are not wave clear. As much as you need stacks and everything else, this is Gul'dan's job. At least in your 2-man setup right now, right? It doesn't mean Trench is always catching soak, but like Trench is our wave clear. So if we do want to even attempt to defend this or attempt to do damage, it needs to be Harkin, and Gul'dan needs to clear here. Because
I think we talked about it and just decided not to because Hark was already there, if I remember right.
Okay, that is so sad. Oh my gosh. You guys had that. Like, if you guys were planning to fight between the Mosh, the Silence, the Crater, like, if you guys were planning to fight, bring everyone. Right? If all 5 of you were there, that's a triple kill. Like I said, I'm like, because like you had... Like I said, we were a little slow on Gul'dan's damage to get there, but like, that's a beautiful pile. Right? You catch 3. Oh my goodness. So close. Yeah. So, just make sure you make the same idea. If we do want to fight, bring everyone. Or even, not that Trench didn't do damage, but like, imagine if that Horrify was a stun instead from Vala.
Yep.
Right? Then they're stunned a little bit longer here. So
I think we didn't have. I don't think the damage was in position at the time that we engaged was part of it too.
Yep.
Like I was slower behind.
Nope. Yep. And I think that like I said, I'm like, when I read that situation, I didn't think that was I didn't think we were gonna fight there. Like I said, I thought we were gonna go top and just give them bottom just because they committed so many resources to it. But but I said, I'm like, but we went for the defense, which is fine. I'm like, we can defend, but instead of defending, we engaged, and so we took a 4v5, and I think we luckily didn't die, but like we're effectively. Yep. Okay. I think that's it. I said, yeah, they get the building. We're catching mid. Now mid's not safe. Good job backing up. Okay, so now that we have gem count race, we're ahead right now. They also have gems. We got to watch out for turn-ins. We're turning in. Once Hark turns in, we'll be short a few. They just turned in at bottom. They will have enough for bottom turn-in. Bottom's getting ganked. We're going to trade a kill. Kill for kill. Nope. We got split on our attack. Oh, we still got one. Okay. So 1 for 1. Sonya unfortunately had some gems, but that's okay. We're turning in right now. So we're turning in. Sonya should be up by the time the Web Weavers are doing anything important. Again, they took the bottom camp. We're going to siege top. Looks like we're sieging. No, we're... Okay. So everyone's up. Let's just see where we're going. Okay, so once again, they're split. They've got 2 top now because this one camp caught this spider way far back. So this bottom lane's effectively gone. So wherever we decide to go, we need to make sure that we get value. Looks like we're going to go for mid. You're taking the tower this whole time. You're still taking the tower. That's unfortunate. You guys had quite actually a really good engage there. We were just way too low from the tower. Yeah. Do you think that turn-in got value?
Too, they have to...
Sorry.
Is that good value? No, it wasn't good value on my part.
No, not your engage. Just did the turn-in. Did the turn-in in general get value?
Ours?
Doesn't
It got
look
a
like.
little bit, but not as much as it probably could have.
We missed a kill too. I don't think I realized that we had the root Stukov root talent, and so I hit a horrify on the blaze in the back, but he was rooted.
Yep.
And so it did nothing.
So
yeah,
definitely the engage under the tower is a little dicey. Like I said, we didn't quite get everything we wanted there. But the other thing is that, like, not that Korskov did anything wrong, but what value did Sonya bring to your push up here? Right? Like,
nothing really.
Nothing much. So, hypothetically, when we saw that they said, like, we could have waited on this turn in, right? Like, say, I'm like, and gotten it once Kors was closer to spawning, right? Say, like, because, like, we don't really necessarily siege super hard, right? Like, our goal, once again, is we want to protect the objective, whittle them down, and then if they want to fight at the objective, you know, it's like we can push them down, use our buttons. So us forcing fights under their tower makes it hard to do that, as well as just the bottom web weaver got 0. The top web weaver was instantly cleared by their 2 members uncontested. And then, don't get me wrong, we did almost get this building, right? So I wouldn't say it was nothing. But, like, they got 1 turn-in and got 1 building. We've gotten 2 turn-ins and have no buildings. So, just something to think about. It's like, yes, it's free to turn in at this moment, but just making sure that we also get value out of the turn-in. Because it's like, with them getting that bottom camp here, this bottom one they got nullified instantly. So,
I think we were forcing our turn in too because we kept having we kept losing big piles of gems. We were scared at that point.
Good flaps. We should live. Oh, that was really close. So, does that mean they get boss? No, they're looking mid. Sonya's out. They got turned in instead. That's what they did. Okay, so now us being down a Moose actually isn't the worst thing in the world because Moose doesn't actually contribute to the ability to do us clear, so that's fine. He should be up. Oh, we're overextended though. Oh no. Yep. So right, I won't go too much. Just if you don't have vision, we can't be anywhere near where we can't see them, especially without Moose. Right? Like we can clear at our max E range, we can clear at our max W range as we can't. Yeah. Just too far.
Yep.
Sonya tries to get the counter kill, almost. Korskov dies now, though. Yeah, just engage as a team. Like, this one here looks like we're just falling apart. We just didn't get all of our stuff synced up, and we're all trying to force and make plays now that we're behind. So, just take it slow. Like I said, I'm like, yes, we fall behind, and yes, we make mistakes. That's fine. That's how we learn. So just being able to take it slow and do the best evaluation with what cards are left on the table, right? If you remember your game 1 when you were playing on Braxis, right? Like, despite playing on Braxis, you were behind, and you guys forced a boss play because they foolishly did boss at sub-half health, and you guys took the boss, turned, got the objective, and ran with the game, right? That's what they're doing right now. It's like you're down a player. Yes, you can clear this. It's not exactly the safest, and then they happen to land all 3 of their stuns on the player, and Gul'dan died. And then they were overextended to get that kill, and Korskov saw it and leaped in, but then couldn't get the kill because everybody was already on their way out leaving, and so yeah, it just missynced. So we'll speed up a little bit here because they're going to get this building and top building for free. Ooh. Interesting decision from them. I think they... Oh, okay. They think they can get both. That's why. Okay, so they're going to get the mid wall here. And then rotate up to top. Oh, no. We let them have this. Okay, cool. It didn't die. Yeah. We're okay with giving up this building next time, right? Like, we'd rather not lose the whole wall here. But because they're like, that building is going to die no matter what, just because they had spiders and 5 turn in. So we sadly gave them half of that keep there. But we're still good. So 16, no keeps are down. They have first to turn in. They've been off the map for a while. They might be at boss. Yep. I was like, there's not really a lot you could do. You had to do homework. Okay, so 16-16s. Obviously, they need to answer this. That means they can't push with the boss at the same time. Corpse was trying to make a play, but you called him back for boss. That's fine, so she'll be ready. Yep, clear this for free. Okay, so now that they're here, we need to clear it safely and watch out for an engage from Nubrak. So it doesn't look like they're going to do it. Okay, yep, they played safer this time. Okay, that's gone. They clear mid now. You guys finish soak. They get camps. Good observation. You saw 5 were down. You got it for free. Good job. Oh, we took both. Okay, I think you're safe. As long as you guys all make it out. Alright. Oh, Sonya. You can't TP right there. Okay, they made it out. Yeah, well done. You guys caught up on your structures. That'll help with the catapults. You still doing homework? Us taking both these structures and them getting these camps means they get turned in for free, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Just an acknowledgement of what we traded. So we don't want to give them the fight, so we need to leave. Yep. Mid's our priority clear lane, but it's also going to be the hardest to clear because they've got the camp here. You don't have to worry about top at all because look where that spider's at. Well done. You cleared it before the spiders landed. Okay. Are we looking to fight them? Like, I see this flank here. Is this a... Do you know if you guys... If Korshkov was saying I'm looking for a flank, or if this was just bush positioning to make sure that they didn't rotate? So, either way. If we don't know, just... I don't like... If we're looking for a flank, I don't like it. This is going to put you on an island more often than not. Especially when we need to clear it defensively. Like, if this was at, like, a fort or something, yes. But since it's the keep and it's already half health, like, we just need to all be ready to clear. Like, I don't know, if you do get a crazy engage of some sort, like, yes, you can do well, but then we lose the building for free. So unless the building is 100% gone and the only way we, like, don't lose the game is an engage, this might be too dangerous. Okay, you made it out anyway. Just chip damage, nothing important. Look at that. You guys cleared it. No damage. Now they 5-man siege. That's a great mosh again. Great leap. Good job punishing them. It's exactly what you want to do, right? And then the fear's good too. Look at that. You guys freaking can win this game. That was beautiful. It's exactly what your comp's designed to do, right? Once they all come up and close up, you push your R's and you get your stuff to win. So we just need to clean up. Sonya's going top. This needs to be everybody top, or at least Gul'dan too. I think Sonya goes bottom next time, and Gul'dan comes here. You guys will probably send Gul'dan up here in a second, but you're going to lose a lot of health on this building. Yeah. Especially since there's nothing to do with that many dead. I think we could have put Gul'dan and friends up here, and then you need to turn in. Our math is good. We can turn in. Start this camp. Oh. They're still down 2. 3. Be greedy. Take this camp. You could have had a camp pushing with your spiders. It's funny. If we would have put Korskov down here, as soon as that lane was cleared, Korskov could have... Or he had... Or of course, she had to turn in. Never mind.
Raph did not a pick comp at all.
So... Yeah.
There he is. He's back.
What happened?
Oh, we lost you for the last 3-4 minutes.
Oh, no. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully the VOD review captured it still.
Yeah.
So, but pretty much what I was saying was that the... Did the stream die? No, it says it's still streaming.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
weird.
down
It
for
died
me.
for me.
There we
Okay.
go.
Guys,
Weird. Okay. What I was trying to say was that when we were defending there, you guys made your wombo combo work. You defended everything as 5, and then I don't know what happened, if it was internet or what died. I was talking to a dark room if it was internet was lost. So
We'll catch it on the VOD.
no,
Sure.
I said it's fine. But well now Heroes isn't responding, which just sucks. So I don't want to have to. Come on, Heroes. I don't want you to report it. I have to reload the game. You restarted the
Well,
router?
and if the
Oh no. Oh, I don't know. I just have to reopen my I just have to reopen the game. That's all.
if the VOD dies, then we can just do the TLDR and run 2D through it and course through it too.
That's fine.
Like,
I think the
we
VOD's
caught-
still there. Like I'm still recording, so that's not a problem. It's just more of that
okay.
the stuff that you guys missed. But the short version of what happened there was like you guys were able to successfully defend what you needed to as far as the objective and stuff. So it's like, so that's super helpful for what you needed to do. And then once you guys defended safely, the next thing that you guys did correctly was they engaged for mid keep. You guys dropped all your buttons and killed 3 or 4 there, which is exactly what your comp's designed to do. If you're gonna fight under our towers, we're gonna punish you for it. I believe we're at close to 17 minutes. So while this seeks, so then what happened as soon as that was done, though? Like I'm like, okay, we need to clear the lanes and get turn in, and we sent Korsakoff top to clear 2.5 to 3 waves worth of creeps and the spider by herself when we had Gul'dan available. Like I think either the whole team needed to go top to clear, and then Sonya could have cleared bottom, and then you would have had the potential for Sonya to walk up to the camp, take the camp, and then get the turn in. Because you had 3 dead there, and you could have easily gotten that camp to push with your turn in with them having 3 dead. And so I think that just either way, just finding a way to get that camp integrated into that would have been a much stronger push. That was no risk. And then Sonya clearing top by herself meant that the building took unnecessary damage too. Like, so as I'm like, it
I
wasn't
think
the
it's
end
a
of the world.
mentality shift we need to look at, because I think we're so ingrained in I stay in the 4-man. I think we're very inflexible on realizing that, hey, we can send somebody else to go do this. I think we're very stuck on the 4 has to stay as 4.
Which is fine. All 4 could have went and cleared that lane, right? Like, and
Yeah.
you'll probably see it here in a second once we get to that seeking spot. But like, everyone could have, yeah, right here. So like, I'll back it up just a couple seconds, just to show.
Your stream's down too.
Gosh dang it! Stupid internet. Okay.
I blame Moose for dying earlier for your internet problems.
Oh, I did. No, it's not a problem at all. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So you guys did your thing here and got all your kills here, which was beautiful, right? This is exactly what we needed. Okay, right here. They're all dead, right? They're dead. They're down 3. In my mind, immediately, Korsakoff goes bot to take care of this. 4-man goes top, takes care of this, because it's 2.5 in Web Weavers. But instead, we send Corv top. I'm not seeing your clicks now. Stupid thing. Whatever. So we send Corv's top to do that, and like we're cutting a wave and doing stuff, and so like this did way more damage to the building than it needed to, and then this is piling up, and we can't turn in right away. We've wasted about 8 seconds here of kind of doing nothing. Man, it's something is not right. Okay, and so we force this turn in. If we would have looked at our timers, the camp is up right now. So like, if we would have just been positioning different, like Corv was our last person that needed to turn in. So if she was down here clearing, when she's done clearing, she's like, okay, now I can go turn in, and then she would have literally had to walk past this camp, and at least the thought of, do we take this camp, could have ran through your guys' mind. Because if you take this camp and get turn in, this mid wave is going to be that much harder for them to clear. And then on top of that, you might even get 20s off of all of this soak that's on the map. So you could have had 20s, Webweaver, and turn-in pushing in on this middle here. So, but, you know, we rushed the turn-in here. And now when the spiders spawn, this isn't cleared. The spiders are going to spawn in nowhere. So we're not going to be able to do things here either. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen all of those things happen with that attempt that you guys had. Does that make sense, or is that just too much nitpicking?
No, definitely.
Okay.
No.
Because you guys have 20s
No, that
now.
definitely makes sense.
So this is your game-winning push here, right? You have 20s, they don't. You have the camp pushing with this, right? This lane is cleared, so the spider's at least to here. And then you do your best to siege and push really hard with the camp and this, and see if you can make a 20s play happen. So it looks like we're still going to try and look for a 20s play, which is fine. Oh, the mosh is good! The damage! Oh my goodness!
That's the mosh we were telling you about.
Alright, let's go ahead and back it up real quick. Okay. Alright, so first thing, and this might be me just being nitpicky, I don't like this bush. I don't think this bush does anything at this time. Like, you end up getting a mosh out of it, but if I was you in this game, either Core or myself needs to be right here. Because, like, if they dig over the wall with a Nubrak or something, like, they can get a crazy flank and blow us up. So I want to be in a position where, like, we're poking, right? So our ability to safely siege is what we're trying to do. So we're going to poke, so no one should be up here to where you're going to need to, like, be zoned. So we should have somebody here, whether it be Core or you, and then the rest of the team's just sitting right here in this nice safe lane spot, sieging the buildings. But because we're in the bush here, we're not really doing anything except faking that I'm not showing yet. Right? Like, sure, Blaze is making a deep flank here. And, like, Blaze potentially overcommits because you didn't show. But, like, we could have just killed Blaze. Right? Like, Blaze was so far on an island from where you see the rest of his team is. If we just had one of you here, we just turn on Blaze. So... I think we doubled up on Slide and Horrify. Horrify hits one here. Trench has some buttons coming up soon. Harkin already used all of his abilities on the wave because we thought we were sieging, not engaging. 2D doesn't have silence because I don't see what happened there. I don't remember.
He used it on the gate.
Yeah, he was on the gate because we were sieging. Yep.
Yep.
So all the damage is coming out right now. We just don't have any buttons. This is a terrible blink from that blink should not have happened.
Yeah.
So, okay. So this is beautiful. We hit the mosh we want. We're doing damage. Good job posturing and waiting for the leap here. Core, oh no, you already used leap. Whatever. You used leap probably to help set up all this stuff. But, okay. So Hark
Can we look
slow.
at buttons?
One more time.
Can we
So-
look at buttons too, please?
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
hit pretty
buttons.
good there. Everyone's hitting buttons. Everyone's hitting what they're supposed to. Okay. Who's our focus fire target here? Like
Slow.
that's so if Slow's getting killed. Okay. Korskov is now punching the laser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should
So-
have been a noob, I think, next. Because he was out
Yeah.
further, and we could just bounce on him.
Yep. It just the thing that sucks is that it's like you're getting hit from multiple angles now, and then like Core's literally dying killing this turret. So we needed to be able to pivot attention here, or Core needs to say like I can't run, like, or everyone needs to focus the turret if it's gonna, because Core's just gonna die for free to the damage that was here. So you had another slide, you hit 2. You have Death Mosh. They overcommit. Oh, your double boop actually ruined your Death Mosh. because now Tychus is out of the mosh from the double boop.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Oh man. Okay, and then yep, we just all fall apart here. And Denominator took the stupid kill reset blink talent. Okay. So in my opinion, despite having good moshes, good heals, good silence, good everything, right? To me, we were not looking for fights. That's not the team's win condition. Yes, we push R, but everybody was already in siege mode, right? So like to enable siege mode to happen more or to happen more better, we should be protecting our flank to make sure that they don't get a chance to come in. I think this was a very dumb flank, by the way. I think this person should have died 100% flanking 1v5 like that, especially with no bunker. Like you deserved to die, but we just weren't in position to capitalize and punish it. And so then we end up blowing a lot of abilities on the wall, thinking that we're fighting the wall instead of fighting the person, and then just staggered, a little bit of loss of focus fire, and then they just out-sustain the team fight, right? Like they have more burst ability in their kills, especially with the focus of the laser, to get kills in the clumped team fight versus our sustained pokey damage.
Yep.
So it's really sad. I think that was a beautiful mosh. It's not the right heroes, not the right win condition. So
and something I was just realizing is we had all of our R buttons. None of them were kill them R buttons. They were all CC and setup. We didn't have any kill R buttons, which I think is a draft problem too.
It's a how do you want to play, right? I wouldn't say it's a draft problem. It's just more of what is our goal, right? Like
Yeah,
if
well,
we're going to push R for disengage, R for survivability, R for a pick, I think you have that. Is it
I
R?
meant that the way that we do it is like R wombos.
Yes.
It's kind of the way we've been playing it.
I was gonna
we
say,
don't have that, I don't think.
Correct. You don't have our wombo combo. No. And I would agree with that. So.
I will say I probably didn't expect them to
That's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to flank either, but it's one of those things where it's like I've played it enough now to when like people get desperate, kind of like on Battlefield of Eternity and stuff. People start getting ready. Like when that immortal pushes that bottom lane, right? It's like it's coming. Here comes the death immortal, and you're like, all right, we're gonna support it. We're gonna support it. We're gonna support it. And then they're sitting right here in this bush, right? Or they're sitting right here waiting for you to push, and then they fight you behind the immortal. In the same way, anytime an objective pops up and they're playing desperate, you just have to watch out. What's the desperate play? Because, sure, all 5 of them could have just played safe here. And honestly, if all 5 of them played safe here, you probably get the keep to half health.
Yeah.
And then they're too low to do anything. So they either have to then give this building, which it almost died anyway, right? Then this building dies for free, and then this building gets a little bit lower because you guys just sit there and keep whittling them down. And then they either have to force a fight, whittled health, with the laser hopefully, down here somewhere, not able to reach you. Or they, have to take a butchered fight like they did over here when they force it into you. So, but we live, we learn. All right. I don't know if they're on boss right now or not. I didn't see if we got to check for vision there. We've tried to watch it vision twice now. No, they're not. So good call. If they don't have denominator, they're probably not in the boss. We do need to watch. We do not have to watch turn in. So this is something that you guys need to. Everyone does this. It's late game, and we're like, we have to stop every turn in. You don't honestly have to ever go near the turns again this whole game. Just because, they are so short. Both teams have no gem economy.
Yeah.
So the only thing that matters right now on this board state is boss, this camp, and the low health on all of our buildings. So they're going to want to fight you. So if you can make sure that they don't get the fight and that you can keep things cleared. Okay, once again, they're missing, so we're worried they might be a boss. Who checks boss here?
Me.
Moniba says she's checking boss. No,
I guess Trench could throw in a spell, potentially.
the safest check on your team, as bad as it sounds, the safest check is probably Stukov's arm. So you're going to burn your silence. but you legitimately have no way. Like, so Trench can check this bush,
Mm-hmm.
right? He can throw a spell. He might be able to get lucky and hit 2 bushes, but even this is dangerous because if a noob is here, this is in stun range right now.
Yeah.
So the safest check that you need to do is this bush needs to get checked, and this bush needs to get checked. I think Trench can check this one from over the wall, and then 2D is probably the next safest to check this bush, because I don't think he can check both. He might be able to Q and then E this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just, okay, you discover that they're on it. Now you have no damage.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of... it's a really weird spot to be.
Yeah.
That was my thought. That's why I didn't want to use E, because that's all my damage.
Oh, and he was there. I didn't watch this, I promise. Just, so like he's already here. So now, yeah, so you check this bush. Let me slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
This is really close. If we
Blaze is
could...
half health right there, too.
He popped all of his buttons. He's going to make it. And then they finish the boss. That's game. Yeah. So, the other thing that's really hard to do is to know when to give. And like, since we knew they were here, and we didn't get vision of where boss was, right? Like, there's no way that we can fight in the pit and walk through both their bruisers.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing we can do is what we tried, which is you try and get the pick. If we could have kept him in the silence, he wouldn't have been able to get his D off. Say it's like, and then we maybe get a kill. But as soon as like we didn't get him in the silence and we went for the mosh here, I think the mosh is too much. Is just forcing it too hard. Because that like we're moshing one hero and they're on boss. So we needed to probably just give at that point and try our best to just not lose the game. Yeah, Harkin's gonna die here to rewind. Oh wow, just barely dodged that stun. So based on the in-game timer, I'm guessing they win, but our best wave clear is still in trench. That was a good attempt. No, you're dead. Yeah. So if we do have a chance at saving this game, this is where it gets really, really hard. The best attempt... Wow, why the heck did you jump over there, camera? Let's just pick somebody else so it doesn't do that. The best chance at winning this game is trying to force them to fight on this side, towards your structures. Right? As much as the well is safety, if they're on the structure side over here, they can at least get shot by the tower. So when you're in a do-or-die situation, always fight near your other buildings. And then be as together as you can without being obviously on top of each other. Because like Harkin and Korsov are burning this down, and 2D and Gul'dan are looking for a kill here. Right? If all 4 of us are here, we can either follow up on that route that 2D did on the Gul'dan, or we at least are all like cleave damaging this down. But like we got split 2 and 2. So this is always hard. Core calls and core sieges are always really hard because you have to do it together or it just falls apart. So Korsov dies here. Oh, he didn't throw the grenade at Core. Okay, whatever. They pretty much win just because of how much health it has left and this stuff. Yep. So what's crazy? Like just backing up all the way to this spot. If we didn't die here, right, and they forced a 5-man siege here, and you defend, right? Even if they do some core damage, if you defend, they're going to take core damage. Because of the camp that you guys took. The camp you took got this building, and it's going to start pushing this. So, like, you guys will start getting some shielding knockdown if we didn't die here. Or die up here. So, yeah. Like I said, just do your best to play towards your win condition and be careful forcing fights. It's always hard, but this was a nail biter of a game, and I think that you guys had it. The biggest mistake to me is forced/rushed turn-ins. We had 2 turn-ins that we used that we rushed, especially that late game one. I think you guys could have waited to make sure the map was where you wanted it to be, because despite having 3 dead and you guys turning in, like all 5 were alive when you got up here to push. So, all right, let me quickly look at builds. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I know I went overtime today, but this was the match you guys wanted to see. Slam Q. I will apologize to you for going late. I know you told me you already memed your build, so I'm not going to say anything. Swear to me. Encore. Interesting. Attack speed slowed for both of them. I like it. The block party. The block party is a tough one. I don't know if you get. This is hard. I think it's fine.
I saw 2 auto attackers, and I was like, yep.
Yep. 2 auto attackers, definitely this. This I agree 100%. They technically have 3 auto attackers, right? So because the Blaze's damage is all autos, Rhaegar's damage is all autos. Like, yeah. Like I really like this talent pivot. I don't know if I like block party or not. That's gonna be the hard one for me, just because how quickly Tychus burns through it.
Okay.
So it's like, so I don't know. Like I'm like, you could use it to save someone from the bomb, like the denominator bomb when it hits. That's physical damage. So it technically it works. So you can reduce the bonus damage. I just don't know how I feel. I don't think there's a better. I don't think any of your level 1s here mattered. I think you just take whatever one gets value, and that one probably has a chance to get value compared to the AoE slows, or the AoE heals don't really help your team. Your team's going to get blown up or not get blown up. So so I think the armor's fine. Yeah. I don't like Pinball Wizard here 100%, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Okay. I'm like, I don't think, outside of like ARAM or something. I don't know if Pinball Wizard has a place right now. I think Echo is just too good.
Nope, that's totally fair. I totally understand.
All right, and then Manicore, Root. Yep. I think we're good. Nubrak not going Cocoon. I remember you guys told me that they like playing a Nubrak with no Cocoon. So like, it's another thing that potentially you have to watch out for when you're picking double poke, sustained damage type thing. Like he's going to be living a little bit longer than expected in the back line or wherever a Nubrak happens to go with all the beetles and stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's a heartbreaker. I think you guys had that one. If we, I said, just had done a little bit more macro decisions with our 20 push, because you definitely would have gotten this building for free, and you probably get this one too. And then you guys are alive, maybe 1 or 2 dead from committing to this building, and then that means they don't get boss, which means that you have the game in your favor for a little bit, and you had gems before you died. So, okay. That'll do it for me, unless you guys have any questions. I think that was a good one. I said I'm sad to see a loss on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just got a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what the right wording is. It wasn't our finest game.
That happens.
So, one thing you asked me, Moose, after that game, after that night, you asked me if the game is different with Junkrat instead of Gul'dan, and after watching that and the fact that we had big setup with ours, but we didn't have any kill. I think Junkrat Tire kills that entire pile of freaking mosh. I think that if we did a little bit differently, we could have had a better shot there. I think Junkrat was a better.
Did they ban
option,
TAS?
They banned every match.
Yeah. Okay.
TAS has been banned out like the last 3 weeks.
Well, stop playing TAS. Goodness. No.
I am.
No. No. I think. I personally,
they banned junk in the
last
they
one.
banned junk anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they banned it in the 3. Yeah.
So I personally don't like junk and Vala. Like I said, I'm like, it's a weird thing where like you can make it work. It's just the Vala changes things. It's really weird.
What is a good combo for that then? If we ever decide to.
Bassadar.
You've got the early. No, like I said, the question is do you have the early? Is the Vala early picked?
Yes, usually in the. Yeah, Vala's either in our number 1 or our 2-3.
Okay.
When we draft this, we always take Park, Moose, and Tootie, and then Course and I hold on to 4-5 so that we can pivot if we need to go something other than Pokar.
Okay. I think you can go Pokar just fine. I think if you don't want Gul'dan and TAS is gone, I would have had no problem with Orphea
KT?
here. KT, Orphea,
Okay.
Jaina,
Okay.
all three of them. Cause then that gives you the burst that you were missing for the ETC
Yeah.
dances, and then you also have still your strong wave clear. And then
I think
yes, you may not be quote unquote as pokey, but like you still have the ability to poke and do stuff with what's there. I like the junk. Just the problem is if you junk, you are going to be a lot more reserved. Just
yeah.
because your wave clear on this map is so low. Like this, like I'm like other maps like Infernal Shrines and stuff where you can afford to have junk by himself for a while. I think you're fine. But with the way that you guys were playing this, you want more wave clear. And as much as W Vala has wave clear late game as it gets stacks, like you're just gonna be short on wave clear. Like ETC is gonna have to sit in lane with the 7 to help speed up your wave clear. So that means he's not going to be always able to watch bushes and stuff. But I guess you have junk traps for it. So
And I think we talked about that in chat a few days ago, and I think Jaina and Orphea were the two that we talked about for being good alternatives.
mm-hmm.
If I remember right.
So
I think so. Yep.
but yeah, looks good. As I said, I think that's a heartbreaker of a loss. I think you guys had that one. So